We are able to do these programs thanks to the Friends of the Library, the Lake Oswego Review, Lakewood Center for the Arts, the City of Lake Oswego, and Lake Oswego Rotary. So we're very, very grateful for their continued support. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about Jayanthi. She's been a practitioner, teacher, and choreographer of classical Indian Bharatha Natyam dance for more than 4 decades. It has its roots in the 2nd century and is the most revered of classical dance styles in India. A 2005 Oregon Folklife Network Traditional Art Apprenticeship Program Master Artist, Raman's passion lies in teaching dance and continuing the traditions for future generations. Just to put that into perspective, her daughter and her granddaughter are here today to watch. So yes, we have multiple generations, and I just love that aspect of it. So please join me in welcoming Jayanthi Raman.
Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you. On behalf of the Lake Oswego Library, I welcome you all again to this Lake Oswego Reads. It is a pleasure and honor to be here today and for this elite audience and to perform for you all, to speak a little bit about classical Indian dance, Bharatanatyam. The students that you will be seeing here are children of immigrants from India, people who have come into this country and we are living here now as Americans, and our children are growing up here. And one of the things we all do is to somehow connect to who we are and to where we came from through arts, through music, through dance, through painting, through literary arts, however we can. So we give a little bit of who we are to our children so that they find their own identity in this melding pot called the United States. So I'm very proud and honored that I'm able to teach these children a little bit of who they are and what I am too. So it's more like a family within my dance school rather than calling it a strict school. It is a strict school, but it is a family within that unit. And so they will talk a little bit today about who they are, what they have been learning. But before that, I wanted to talk about Bharatanatyam. So Bharata, the very word Bharata means India. In olden days, Bharat was the name for India, and then it changed to India with the English people coming in, and then they said, you know what, we should call this India. All right, fine, changed to India. The original name was Bharat, and so it is Bharat Natyam. The word Natyam in Sanskrit means dance. The language Sanskrit is like Latin in India, and it is where the ancient literature has been written in Sanskrit language, the Latin of the East, or I should say Latin is Sanskrit of the West. And so Sanskrit is no longer a spoken language. It is being revived as a spoken language now. And so Natyam means dance. So if you look at the word Bharata Natyam, is Bharat, India, Natyam dance, the dance of India. So although there are so many classical dance styles in India, Bharatanatyam plays a very vital role because it is probably the commonest. It is so popular worldwide. There are so many practitioners and teachers and people passing it through generations that it has become, extremely common and extremely loved art form among most of the other classical dances. It enjoys immense popularity. And also there's another meaning for Bharatanatyam. Bharata. If we break that word Bharata, Bhava, Raga, Tala. Bhava is expressive dance, Raga is the melodic element, the music of the dance, and Tala is the rhythm, the percussion, the percussive nature of the dance, where the rhythm, the beats of dance, of course, you need rhythm, you need beat. So Bhava, Raga, Tala. So Bharata, Bhava, expression, the raga, the melodic element, and the music, and thala, the rhythm. So that forms dance. The dance that has all these components is Bharatanatyam. All dance has all these components, but we like to say we are special. And of course, then comes another name for Bharata. In dance literature, there are two main literary works that we follow. All the classical dances of India follow a book called Natya Shastra. Shastra means a scientific treatise, something that's put together all the rules and regulations of dance, of classical dances. And this was written thousands of years ago. And so the author of that book is Bharat. Bharata is the author of the book. So the dance that follows the rules set by sage Bharata is known as Bharatanatyam. So those are the three variations of the name Bharatanatyam. Of course, Bharatanatyam is a more recent form, a recent name for this dance form. Earlier, about 60, 70 years ago, as recent as 60, 70 years ago, it had so many other names. But now it's called Bharatanatyam, and I'm going to stick to Bharatanatyam because I love that name too so much. And so today, let's talk about the Bhava Raga Talam of dance. I'm going to start with few of the steps that we do in Indian dance. And if you have any questions, please ask me questions. I'm happy to answer. It is interactive, so please ask me questions. There is no question that is it's inappropriate. It's fine. Everything is fine. So in today's thing, we'll start with some of the things we call as adavus, or the basic units of dance. Every dance has movements that are basic units, and from there they become very complex, and when we put it all together, the different units, they become the different movements of dance. So that is known as adavus, or the basic units. So I'm going to have my student come in and show a namaskaram, which is the first salutation we do to not just the gods and goddesses. We also do it to Mother Earth because we stomp on her. It also shows the reverence we have for nature and for Earth and for our Mother Earth. So we call her Mother Earth and Bhumi, Bhumata. And so that's the first thing. We offer our salutations to Mother Earth. And at the end of dance class, again, we offer our salutations to Mother Earth the second time, as we complete the class. So let me call my student, Kripa, to come in and show Namaskaram. So as you saw, she started with the hand mudra, which is Katakamakam, hands on her shoulders, and spreads her hand around to gods in all the directions, and then touched the floor with reverence to Mother Earth, touched her eyes. So that's how we show we respect you. And we think of this goddess to say, we pay our respects to you and offer our namaste, say thank you, God, for doing this. And the dancers also hold their hands above their head to show salutation to God, to the teacher, and to the patrons, all of you, for coming and seeing. And then without the patrons, without an audience, there is no art. So we thank the audience too in this process. So it's to God, our guru, our teacher, and to the patrons who sustain the art form and make it something that is more, prolongs our life as artists. Basic unit of dance, I'm going to call Varsha and Harini to show adavus, some of the adavus. Here they're going to show the Natadavu. This is the 7th Natadavu. And you want to do it one by one, or 7th and 8th together? One of you 7, one of you 8. You want to do 7? Varsh, can you do 8th one? Okay. So it's there are two. No, you can do it together. So these are different units of this dance form, this art, where they are doing stretching movements, and you can see these are units that they learn over time, and it becomes complex as they learn. So this is more of the basic unit that they are doing. It's called Natadavu. Adavu means steps or units of steps that we do. And the Natadavu is where they stretch their legs and they stretch their hands and legs to do this. So, Dhalang kutaka dikutaka dikita tom te yum ta te yum ta ha te yum ta te yum ta. 8th one. Te yum ta te yum ta ha te yum ta te yum. 2nd speed, and te yum ta te yum ta te yum ta. 7th 3rd speed. te yum ta ta te yum ta ha te yum ta ta te yum ta ha yum ta ta te yum ta ha yum ta ta te yum ta ha te. Thank you. So this is a little bit of the Bharatha tha, the rhythmic component. Let's look at storytelling. After all, dance is storytelling. It's reflecting, what is out there. So here we have something called Navarasa in our dance literature. We have Nava Rasa. Rasa are the aesthetics, the expressive elements of dance. What we feel inside our heart, we have to express through our face, and it reaches the audience as storytellers. So the Nava Rasas are the 9 different emotions, but they're just the basic emotions. Over that, the multiple millions of emotions we feel as artists and we feel as humans are expressed in Indian dance, especially in Bharatanatyam. So in Navarasa, I'm going to start with some of the basic thing. Which one you guys want to do? Let's start with wonder. Adbhuta, wonder. Adbhuta, Ananda, happiness. Happiness and laughter, Hasya. Happiness and laughter, Hasya go together. Bibhatsa, disgust. Fear, Bhayanaka. Very good. And then comes, what is the other one? What am I forgetting? Karuna, compassion. Compassion. And anger. Anger. Very good. And then we have Veera, courage. And Shanta, peace. So those are different emotions of dance that we try. Thank you. Shringara, of course, the Rajarasa, the king of all emotions. Shringaram. To fall in love, romance. Shringaram. Thank you, girls. So those are the 9 emotions of dance. I'm going to call Shibani and Vaishnavi to show a basic. One of the first units as they learn to do a solo Bharatanatyam recital in the repertoire of an evening solo concert, as all these girls are training for their graduation recitals called an Arangetram. Arangam is a stage and Atram is to ascend the stage. As artists, they are all learning that, and today they'll be doing something called Alaripu. So if you want to keep your beats, these are the beats you want to keep, and you can keep the beat with me. It goes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ta, ke, ta, ke, ta. Ta, te, yum, ta, tam, kitataka ta. Te, yum, ta, tam, kitataka tam. Dit, tam. Okay, let's see if you can make them dance. Keep your hands, guys. 1, 2, 3, start. Ta, te, yum, ta, tam, kitataka ta. Te, yum, ta, tam, kitataka tam. Dit, tam, kitataka te. Ta, te, kitataka tam. Dit, tam, kitataka te. Ta, te, kitataka tam. Dit, ta, te. Ta, te, yitam. Dit, ta, te. Ta, te, tam. Dit, ta, te. Ta, te, tam. Dit, ta, te. Ta, te, yitam. Dit, ta. Tate tam dita te, tate tam dita te, tate tam dita te, tate tam dita, tate tam dita te, tate tam dita te, tate tam dita te, tate tam. Thank you. As you can see, Alaripu is a piece that we perform. Is known as it's like Pu is a flower. Alarum or alarpu is a flower that is blossoming. So this is one of the first pieces. It's like a warm-up piece. So we use the eyes, movements of the eyes, the head, the neck, and the shoulders are emphasized. In this you can see the arms moving up and down, the legs getting stretched, the body sitting in full position, standing position. It's a complete body warm-up, but we show it as a dance. So we warm up on stage and you're never going to know it's a warm-up dance because it's part of the repertoire. It's beautifully built into a solo dance recital and when we do this. So that's Alaripu. The first piece today, I'm just presenting small glimpses of a margam or a solo dance recital. So when you are able to see a full Bharatanatyam performance, Google me, Jayanthi Raman. You will find upcoming performances. So when you are able to go and see a full-fledged performance, Newmark or Winning Stair or the Performing Arts Center or anywhere locally, you will then start connecting with what the margam is. The margam is called a sacred path, and a solo dance recital actually follows the margam, the rules set in the margam, starting with things like the Pushpanjali, which we pray to the gods, and then we do Alaripu, and then we move on to more rhythmic elements and expressive elements, and then finale. So I'm just going to show short glimpses of what they are so that you can, if you have to follow or see a Bharatanatyam recital, or even if it's on YouTube, you can kind of connect with what's going on. So that's the goal of today, is to see if I can bring a little bit of my art form and give it to all of you so you can understand what's going on when you see a classical dance recital. So again, I want to thank Nancy and the library for inviting me today. So let's start with the Pushpanjali, the first piece. Again, these are short glimpses, and a full recital is about 2.5 hours, and they're going to be doing the Pushpanjali. Okay, so let me move this.
Tadita Joduta Dimita Kitataka Dalang Kutaka Dikutaka Dinkatum Dam Dam Hitam Hitam Dadikatakati Day Hitti Dadikatakadam Dam Hitam Hitam Dadikatakati Day Hitti Dadikatakadam
Dam Dittam Dittam Tadikatakate Day Ditte, ditte, tadikitatakam, tam, dittam, dittam, tadikitatakate, te, ditte, ditte, tadikitakatam, 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 tam, dittam, dittam, tadikitakatam, dittam, dittam, takatiku tadikitatum, tam, dittam, dittam, takatiku tadikitatum, tam, dittam, dittam, takatiku tadikitatum,
Dam Dadhitaka Jonuda Dadhitaka Jonuda Dadhitaka Jodudam Taka Jodudam Taka Jodudam.
Sorry, trying to fix this. Is this tight? Oh, that's loose. Okay, that's better. Thank you. Sorry. So the next piece is a very famous song that I have adapted. It's usually sung in temples. It's sung as bhajans at home, and we welcome a goddess called Lakshmi. She's the goddess of wealth and prosperity. Welcome home. And so we call her, it says, Bhagyada Lakshmi Bharama, the one who brings us fortune. So it is not just wealth we ask for. We ask for children. We ask for health. We ask for everything good in life to happen, family, and things around us to happen. So prosperity in India means not just the money, it also means family, friends, extended relations, health, everything that encompasses goodness around us, not just us, but around us. So we invite Bhagyata Lakshmi. It's a short, very sweet, lilting piece. And again, two of my students are going to be performing this piece, Bhagyada Lakshmi Bharama. Please come. It's in a language called Kannada. And again, in India, there are so many languages. I am 56, if I am correct, but I could be wrong. Look it up. So there are multiple, and dialects. Oh my God, so many dialects. Each part of every state has so many dialects, and so people, when you talk to someone, if we meet each other, we'll know we are from India. And when we say our names, we'll know which part of India we are from. Trust me, this is very true. We will know. Oh, okay, you're from Gujarat. Okay, you're from, you're a Nair, Menon. Kerala, no. Evida, Kerala, we know where you're from. So we can guess to some extent where they are from. And when they speak, if you're in that native part of that, you'll know based on the dialect, which part of India they're from. So it's very easy to figure it out. Just like if you're in Wales or if you're an Irish person speaking English, you will know. It's just exactly, or a Scottish person speaking English, there is a particular way they speak. And so we'll know. It's exactly similar to that, nothing different. So here, Bhagyada Lakshmi, we're inviting in a language called Kannada, and that is from, you must have heard of Bangalore, the tech city of India. So this is from, around the state where the city of Bangalore is in, Karnataka. And so the students are going to be doing Bhagyada Lakshmi Bharama. Ready, kids?
Bhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Nammani Saubhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Nammani Saubhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Hejje mere hejje nikkuda hejje kalina nadava toruda sajjana sadhu pooje melage majjigeyolagina pennayante bhagyada Lakshmi Bharama nammani saubhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Kanaka Vrishti Karayuta Bare Manake Manava Siddhiya Tore Dinakara Koti Deyari Polayuva Janaka Jarayana Kumari Vega Bhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Nammani Saubhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Attittagalare Bhaktara Manayolu Nitya Magotsava Nitya Sumangala Satyava Toruda Sadhu Sajjanara Nittadi Polayiva Puthali Bombe Bhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Nammani Saubhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Shankhe illada bhagyava kottu Kankhana kaiya tiruguda bare Kunkumankita pankajalochane Venkataramanana pingadarani Bhagyada Lakshmi Bharama Nammani Saubhagyada Lakshmi Bharama ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಲುವೆ ಹರಿಸುತ್ತ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರದ ಪೂಜೆ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕರೆಯುಳ್ಳ ಅಳಗಿರಿ ರಂಗನ ಸೊಕ್ಕ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ರಾಣಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ.
Thank you. The next piece is a more expressive piece, and this is Nada Murali Gana Vilola, a very famous piece. And here, the girls are calling Krishna, and Lord Krishna is the most loved, beloved god of the Hindu pantheon, and he is the baby Krishna. He is the adult Krishna who is loved by all, and he is also the philosopher Krishna. So when I talk about Krishna, can I use that one? Can I use? I'm going to take my shoes off and come forward. So when I talk about Krishna, the most important thing for me is, as a dancer, I can become the mother to the baby Krishna, right? So there's a little Krishna, there's this peacock feather, he's playing the flute. Here, baby, come here. Here is butter. You love butter. Come here. Mama kiss. Oh, he's so cute. Where did he go? Where did he run away? So I can play that role as the mother. It's called Vatsalyam, maternal love. And now Krishna's older, right? He's mature. He's the most good-looking in the village. He's Brindavan. In this beautiful Brindavan, the beloved of the gods, he has 16,000 gopikas, women who love him. And some, oh yes, don't go there. Let's not go there. And so as a gopika, as a woman who is in love with Krishna, is Shringaram, romance. So we bring the gods down to a more human form to relate to them and to talk to them and to be affectionate toward them. Here it is Shringaram. It is based on devotion, but it's Shringaram. Here, he is playing the flute. She raises her veil. Is he looking at me? I can see his eyes looking at me. So there's Shringaram, there is a romance. She hears the flute. She goes, that is so beautiful. She swoons in ecstasy. The music of the flute is so amazing to hear. And then there is philosopher Krishna. That's Shringaram. And then there is Bhakti, complete devotion. The philosopher who gave us the Bhagavad Gita. And just like we have the Bible, Bhagavad Gita is a book that we follow with devotion. And Bhagavad means God, and Gita are the verses of God. And it says the rules of life that you have to follow to be a good person. And that's it, as simple as that. What do? You have to be a good person. What are the things that we have to follow in life to be a good person? Simple. Those are the rules set in Bhagavad Gita, the verses of God. And he is now the philosopher. So we now pray to him and touch his feet. Absolute surrender to this God who is Krishna. So again, we have Vatsalyam, the baby Krishna, the prankster. He steals butter, he eats it. And then we have Shringaram, the older Krishna. Everyone is in love with him. And she is too. And then the philosopher Krishna, Bhakti, the absolute, Krishna the absolute. At this point it's Bhakti. So there are three emotions, and all three, Krishna is the best to connect to. For dancers, for me as a dancer, as a choreographer, Krishna is the best God for me to connect to at every level, and to perform, and to choreograph, and to dance, and to present. And most audiences connect at all levels, right? All women, all men connect with someone who is a child, an adult, and the absolute, the leader. So Nada Murali Gana Vilola is a very sprightly song. Here, the emotion is more right. Krishna, you're playing the flute. Krishna, you are Lord Vishnu himself, the greatest of the gods. And Krishna, you're the philosopher. Krishna, you're our savior. So it's a very fast, lilting piece. And the scope for emotion is there, but it's subtle because of the vibrancy of the movements involved. The emotions are subtle. Whereas if I have to do the same piece, these are youngsters doing it. If I have to do the same piece, it would be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more calm, a little bit more expressive. And then I would play around these three features of Krishna to connect. But here, when I choreograph this piece for my students, it's fast, it's quick, and it's vibrant, and it connects to them at their age, what they have to present, which is mostly Krishna as a child and Krishna in bhakti. And so here you will see this very famous song by a very famous composer in Tamil language. Tamil is one of the most, actually I should say, the most ancient language in the world. And I come from the state of Tamil Nadu, from South India. And this is in Nada Murali Gana Vilola. It's written by a Tamil poet who wrote this about Lord Krishna. Ladies and gentlemen, Nada Murali Gana Vilola. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I hope this works.
ನಾದ ಮುರಳಿ ಗಾನವಿಲೋಲ ನಾದ ಮುರಳಿ ಗಾನವಿಲೋಲ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಾದ ಮುರಳಿ ಗಾನವಿಲೋಲ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಾದ ಮುರಳಿ ಗಾನ ವಿಲೋಲ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಾರದ ಮುನಿ ಸನ್ನುತ ವರಬಾಲ ಗೋಪಾಲ ನಾದ ಮುರಳಿ ಗಾನ ವಿಲೋಲ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಾರದ ಮುನಿ ಸನ್ನುತ ವರಬಾಲ ಗೋಪಾಲ ನಾದ ಮುರಳಿ ಗಾನ ವಿಲೋಲ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಾರದ ಮುನಿ ಸನ್ನುತ ವರಬಾಲ ಗೋಪಾಲ ನಾದ ಮುರಳಿ ಗಾನ ವಿಲೋಲ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಾರದ ಮುನಿ ಸನ್ನುತ ವರಬಾಲ ಗೋಪಾಲ ನಾದ ಮುರಳಿ ಗಾನ ವಿಲೋಲ ಮಾಧವ ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರೇ ಮಾಧವ ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರೇ ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಾಧವ ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರೇ ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಂಗಳ ವರದಾಯಕ ಪ್ರಭು ಮಾಧವ ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರೇ ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಂಗಳ ವರದಾಯಕ ಪ್ರಭು ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಮಾಧವ ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರೇ ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಂಗಳ ವರದಾಯಕ ಪ್ರಭು ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ tari taka janu tham tatte dhim mag bava mama mama diri sari tari tari taka janu taka mag bava mama mama diri sari tari 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 taka janu tham tatte dhim dhaiya dhaiya dhaitya kala tari 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 taka janu tham tatte dhim dhaiya dhaiya dhaitya kala tari 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 taka janu tham tatte dhim maga bama baba dhari taka thari taka janu tari ginado dhari tari thari taka janu tari ginado dhari tari tari taka janu tari ginado mar murali gana vimola कल्याण कृष्ण नारदमुनि सन्मुत वरबाला गोपाल नाद मुरली गान विलोला कल्याण कृष्ण नारदमुनि सन्मुत वरबाला गान विलोला
Before we come to the finale piece, oh, I hope it doesn't fall off. Oh, before we come to the finale piece, I wanted to now have you all keep the beat, the thalam. So we saw a little bit of bhavam and ragam and how the melodic elements came. Now I really want you all to keep the beat for us, dancers, and I will dance. So, you're going to make me dance. And so here are two of my kids who are going to help you keeping the beats with them. So here we do something called Panchanadai. Come this side, sweetheart, so you'll have space to move forward when you do that. It's called Panchanadai. Pancha means 5. Nadai is the beats, the various, the way we do. Nadai is actually a kind of walk or the way we meander through the beats. And here it is, we have different variations, and the drummer in classical music follows the same thing, follows the same patterns that we do. So here are 3 beats, 4 beats, 5 beats, 7 beats, 9 beats. So keep the beat, clap your hands, and don't miss it. Because if you miss the beat, my dance is done. I'll make mistakes. So we start with Tishram, called the 3 beat. And then we will do Chatushram, Khandam, Mishram, Sankirnam. So the 5 variations. And I'm going to see how I can dance with my flowing sari, but I'll try. And my young students will help you. The teenagers will help you keep the beat with Chatushram. 4 beats. This is very simple. Ta, ka, di, ni. 1, 2. With the second speed, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you try? So the slow version. Ta, ka, di, ni. Start this. Academy, academy. Now comes the hard part. Ta, ka, ta, ki, ta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not hard, except when it comes to the second speed, it's a little tricky. Okay, so it goes ta, ka, ta, ki, ta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. If I have to speed this up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Start. Takka, takki, tak, takka, takki, tak, takka, takki, tak, takka, tak, takki, tak, takka. So that's second speed. And third speed goes takka, takki, tak, takka, takki, tak, takka. So we play and learn these patterns with our feet, with our hands, with our eyes. So if I have to do this with my eyes, takka, takki, tak, takki. So those are 5. That's khanda. So 3, 4, 5. We still have 2 more. Now it's 7. So 7, we just don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not fun. We learn 3, we learn 4. Put them together. We get a 7. Right, kids? Yes. So it's ta, ki, ta. Ta, ka, di, mi. How do we do it? Ta, ki, ta, ka, di, mi. Not hard. Then comes 9. How do we break 9? Anyone? How do we put the 9 together? 5 and 4. We go 4 and 5. Like 3 and 4. 4 and 5. So it's ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ta, ki, ta. can see, I've simplified the percussion element, the mathematics of dance, to very simple, basic things. And you can see how hard it is. So when you throw in a cycle of 6, and you have to have this big line, cycle of 6, 24 beats coming in, 6, 6, 6, 6, 24, we go 5, 5, 5, 5, 4 over that 24 line. So we do multiple variations of math. It's very good for the kids to learn this. Multiple times that we have to pause. Every pause in dance is a second, is a microbeat that we are counting. So every pause, every time is extremely critical for dancers and dancing. And the math of dancing is very important, especially in Bharatanatyam. All classical dance forms, all dance forms, all music, and specifically in Bharatanatyam, the concept of time is very critical. If you see ballet, the concept of space is very critical. In Bharatanatyam, the concept of time is very critical. I can stay in one place and I can pound my feet and I can deliver the beat and deliver the timing of the beat and a story. It's rooted in one place. I can also move end to end and show you the same story with the concept of time and space occupied. So that's the best part of Bharatanatyam. You get the pounding, you get the beats, you get the rhythm, the melody, the expressions, the storytelling, everything within this beautiful dance form. And with that, I'm going into the finale, the Tilana. They told me to use the mic because the video doesn't do it. It's about 2 minutes for the Tilana. It's a shortened version, not the full version, which is usually about 10, 12 minutes long. This is the Charanam. Guys, first line you walk in, second line, and then the third line you see. Third line you see already. We start with the Charanam. Remember, we start with the Charanam. From there. The first line you walk in, second line, and then third line you see already. From third line. Sorry, I didn't tell them that I'd cut it out. I just told them, updated them. So we do the Tilana. Tilana is the finale in any Margam or, in a Bharatanatyam repertoire, the evening concert. And this Tilana is very famous. I come from a school called Kalakshetra in Chennai, the city of Chennai in South India. And it's one of the most famous music and dance schools. It's like going to Harvard or MIT, it's like that. It's a big deal. And if you say you're a student from there, it's like saying I'm from Harvard or MIT. It's the coolest thing. And they make you work like a dog. They disassemble you and they assemble you back and send you out. It's really work that a holistic approach to dance. You have to learn dance, music, percussion. You have to learn a lot of things, costuming, theater, makeup, before you leave the institution. So it's a lot of work, and that's why they're respected dancers. If you say you're from Kalakshetra, you're respected by your peers and by the world around you. This Tilana was choreographed by my guru's guru, so it's about 50 years old. And I'm very honored that I can preserve that legacy of this old golden choreography, and I can teach my own children. Hopefully they will teach theirs in time to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the finale Tilana. Thank you. Let me introduce my children, my students of my dance school, Natya Dance Academy here in Portland. Varsha, Harini, Shibani, Vaishnavi, Kripa, Reva. Take a bow. They will now do the Namaskaram again. Namaskaram. Start. Takka dimmi, takka jannu, takka dimmi, takka jan, takka dimmi, takka jannu, takka dimmi, takka jannu ta. So they have a few things they want to share with you. I told them to share with you. What does dance mean to them? What is it? Why are they learning dance? How long they've been learning dance? Why is it important for them to learn dance? I'm just maybe like a couple of seconds. Each person can share a little bit. Start with Reva. Why me, Jayanthi auntie? Because I love you the most. Come forward.
I mean, I think it's really important to learn dance because it really like preserves your culture. I mean, being in America and being an Indian with like immigrant parents, it's not always easy to hold on to your language or your culture or anything like that. So I think dance really just lets you connect with that, not to mention all the mythology and like the theory and everything. So it just keeps you very connected. And when you go back to India and whatnot and stuff, it doesn't make you feel like distant or anything like that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Kripa. Kripa generally is quiet. She goes, ditto. I just, no, please talk.
I find doing dance makes me connect with my relatives more too, because I'm able to talk to my grandparents and my uncles and aunts who live in India, and they know what I'm talking about when I explain to them how I dance. And it just helps me connect with family members.
I've been dancing ever since I was just 5 years old, and I've made a lot of friends while I was dancing, and a lot of relatives in India have also connected with me through dancing. And dancing is just a lot of fun in general, and it brings me joy, so that's why I really value dancing.
I mean, just as Reva and Kripa were talking about how it connects to culture, I mean, I know I can't speak Tamil, but I can understand it. And like with learning how to dance and like create like expressions, like understanding like what lyrics mean, it helps me like with dance. And also like when I go to India, I can like understand my relatives, and just like expressing like your emotions through your face is also pretty important now. But yeah, thank you.
I think like when I dance, I feel really connected and happy to like my grandparents and stuff. They're always so proud when they hear I dance, and I can like always connect with them and be like, hey, I did this piece. And some of my relatives are dancers, like really, really good dancers. So when I'm able to connect with them, I feel really good.
I think I've been dancing since I was like 4 years old, and I've enjoyed it a lot. I like dancing in front of my relatives because seeing their smile on their face makes me really happy, because I can't speak my language that well. So for me, it's like a way to connect with them. And I think dance is like a way for me to kind of like enjoy my life and escape from my troubles for a bit, to like a way to relax. So it's really important.
They are teenagers and they want to relax from life. Really, serious. They haven't seen what life is yet. but life is good. Life is good. You know, you have challenges, you can overcome them. That's good. So I think they, in a nutshell, they were trying to convey that it is a way to connect to their roots, their culture, and their heritage through this art form. And I'm so happy that I can be a part of that and their lives. So if there are any few questions I can take for like 5 minutes, and then Nancy's going to kick us out of the library. So few minutes to take. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. My daughter? No, my daughter is at the back. she just gave birth to... They are all my students. They're all my students, and not my daughters. But they treat me like I'm the mom, and they do roll their eyes at me at times, and they go roll their eyes. And they're teenagers. So I have students who are in their 40s and all the way till 4, from 4 to 40. So they relate to me as a sister, as a mother, as an aunt, as a not grandma as yet, no, but then all the other things. The costumes are made in India. These two are regular. These are our street clothes. These two, the orange. This is something that we, not the jewelry, but these are saris that we wear while we practice in dance class. So that's and you can see that most of our clothes are very colorful. Not the dull gray, dull blue, black suits. No, this is a very dull clothing that I'm wearing, but that's kind of the normal colors that we wear, clothes that we wear in India, and we love it. We love it. Yes, ma'am. Yes. No, we don't call it out, but when we do the basic units, you have to practice like crazy. It's like ballet. It's exactly like classical ballet. So Bharatanatyam is just like ballet. It is not go-go dancing. I keep telling people it is not Bollywood. It's not go-go dancing. It's not Bollywood is like the Las Vegas go-go girls, right? That's how it is. But classical dance is like classical ballet, and there is a certain respect that this art form carries with it. And so we don't call, but we rehearse a lot, and we know the names of what we are rehearsing and how we have to deliver. The beats are common. We can. Like today, spontaneously, they were able to do a lot of things when I asked them to do it. But we do rehearse and practice just like ballet. So yes, ma'am. Bhangra? Oh no, oh my goodness, Bhangra is old. So I always believe that in each part of India, there are different dance forms that developed. And there's Garba from Gujarat, there's Bhangra from Rajasthan. Then we have Kolatam, Ras, which is beating with the sticks and dancing. In the north, but in the south, the same thing is called Kolatams, dancing with sticks. Literally, the word means kol, art. Kol is sticks and atam is dance, so dancing with sticks. So every part of India, during harvest festival, during ceremonies, wedding ceremonies, even funerals, we have dance and music as part of everyday rituals. And so Bhangra is a folk element. It's from Punjab, from the state of Punjab in North India. And so it's a completely different form. It's very vibrant. Absolutely, men, women, you should see it. It's you sweat. 2-3 minutes of dancing, it's crazy, and it's a folk. It's called a folk dancing, and it has folk elements in it. It's called classical. In classical dance, there are certain rules and strict rules to follow, and so we follow those. And folk gives you, it's a different component of it, and this is a different component of it, and so it's different from Bhangra. So on that note, thank you all. Thank you, Lake Oswego Library, for inviting us. And my name is Jayanthi Raman, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And thank you again for coming here, Lake Oswego Reads. Thank you so much, and hope you all keep reading, keep dancing, and bless. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nancy.